Alright, what is up guys, welcome back to another video. We are just taking a quick look at Vechain here, and as we can see, looking as though it is following Bitcoin's movements very carefully at the minute. Incredibly actually, the amount of correlation that Vechain does have to Bitcoin right now in my opinion. I've seen a very decent amount of movement that is similar to that of Bitcoin over the past few weeks in general. I mean, if we just look at the Bitcoin chart just quickly, just so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. You can see here this is correlated very similarly to what we're looking at here for Vechain. If I just flick back and forth between these, you can obviously see Vechain here coming back inside its range, very similar to what Bitcoin has done as well, and breaking out of one of the key bear market resistances we saw, 1, 2, 3, and then finally here getting a breakout back test, and then a continuation back inside the range here. Really interesting indeed for Vechain, as we said before, showing some signs of life at the very least. Still getting caught under that previous swing high though, which obviously is something that we do need to see cleared for Vechain to start having some real bullish momentum, because still overall you could argue it is still making lower lows and lower highs like this, and realistically in my opinion it is pretty likely that unless we do start to see Vechain heading up towards the top of its range, we could still see it come down and make, you know, at least a similar low or maybe even a lower low like this, considering what we're seeing on the charts right now. Obviously crypto right now is looking fairly bullish indeed, and I'm not trying to take away from the fact that that is the case, but obviously just from what we're seeing on a purely technical standpoint here for Vechain, we do really need to see it come up and make a higher high, because a lot of cryptos have, even Bitcoin has done this as well. Breaking out of bear market resistances and making higher highs are the first signs of maybe coming into a bullish bit of momentum in the markets. But Vechain right now looking like it is kind of struggling really to make this higher high still. You can see on Bitcoin's chart, for example, it's done something like this where it's come up and it's made a higher high but then got rejected and it's coming back down like this. Whereas Vechain has really just got rejected at this level, still kind of chopping sideways in this little area here. But in terms of what I'm doing right now and how I'm playing this, as I said in the previous video, I did have a long position entered here, where we came all the way up almost to my target, which was essentially halfway up the range here at the previous swing high area where I was thinking of taking profits, but we didn't quite reach it. We had a bit of a roll over here, and I added to my long position once we re-hit this previous level, this big area of previous level of support, which I did talk about being a key level. We hit this, so I did double my money on this long position. You can see we got the bounce again in this area, and right now I'm sitting in a very decent amount of profit, just waiting to see what happens basically. I'm thinking most likely from what we're seeing with Bitcoin, it's kind of running out of the steam at the minute, and maybe could do with having a little bit of sideways movement, maybe just to consolidate. And if that is the case with Vechain being so highly correlated to it, we could see a little bit of sideways action right now for Vechain, but it's obviously showing some good signs here because we've come back inside the range. We've back tested this level twice and had good bounces as well. So I do predict, you know, over the next few weeks, maybe the next few months, we'll probably head up towards the middle of this range again and up towards the top of the range in a longer time frame, in my opinion, from what we're seeing with the markets, which would be very decent indeed. Obviously, I'd probably take my profits somewhere in this region here, and I'd be looking to take some short positions if we do come up to that key level of resistance at the top of the range. It's going to be a very key area of resistance where a lot of people are probably going to take profits as well. But right now, really not that much to say about Vechain other than that it is just basically chopping sideways at the bottom of this kind of range here, waiting to see what happens next. But dare I say it, I am cautiously bullish on the markets right now, and we'll see what happens next. So that is it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching indeed. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.